So my video is to Mr. Gary Gensler of the SEC. I'm regulated by you. I've been regulated by the SEC for 30 years. My entire adult life, I've been regulated by the SEC. I'm a majority owner in a FINRA broker-dealer. I've been registered as a FINRA securities principal for over 25 years. I've never had a customer complaint, never had a regulatory issue, never had a customer lawsuit. And I've been in the crypto industry for 9 years. And what I would like to say, I think that you're in danger of losing your moral authority to regulate us, to regulate people like me in our industry, everybody. It's your job to keep the industry clean, but I think that these ties with SBF and your discussions and everything about it has to come to light. You talk about transparency. I'm doing a video right now. Everyone in our industry is doing videos right now. You do videos all the time for promotion. But where are you now? Where are you this weekend? You're not in the Clubhouse chats or the spaces, the Twitter spaces. Why not? Why are you not there? Why are you not there talking? I mean, you can do, highly specific politician style, scripted interviews or things like that in a very narrow setting. But what are you doing with the other 23 hours in the day? I know you have a lot of meetings and things, of course, but it's the weekend now. Where are you? Where is your transparency? I wowould like to hear about the relation. I'd like to hear about what happened in the meeting. A lot of us are talking publicly about what dealings people had with SBF. What about you? You had a public meeting. You had a meeting with him. His general counsel was your former employee. The president of FTX Research is the daughter of somebody who I think was your boss at MIT or ran the department or something. Now, maybe there's nothing to these things. You meet a lot of people. We can't fault you for meeting somebody who's a scammer. But we wonder if it becomes a pattern. Bernie Madoff was head of the largest regulator. Bernie Madoff also donated a lot of money to politicians, including Hillary Clinton. And you, Mr. Gensler, were chairman of Hillary Clinton's finance committee. And Bernie Madoff donated to Hillary Clinton. And Sam and FTX employees donated over $11 million to the politician who appointed you. And again, that's fair game, but we are owed transparency, aren't we, Mr. Gensler? Are we owed at least this? Can you do a video like this? Do you have a phone? Can you go outside and do a video like this, like I'm doing? Because we're frustrated, sir. I can't get a meeting with you. I've been in crypto 9 years. I'm a startup. And I can't get a meeting with you. I have questions. We have questions. Everybody, my colleagues, we want to know how this will work. We set out and did the work to be a broker-dealer. We got regulated. We haven't really been able to do it nearly as much as we would like because we can't even get clarity. You are saying, oh, go get regulated. Well, we did. And then what? Well, it's a lot of gray area. It reminds me of third world countries, honestly. It's a lot of like, well, you have, but you can't quite. You can't quite do this. We can't get a straight answer. We can't get any answers at all. Apparently, Sam had a lot more access. And again, maybe that's reasonable. He had a big company. Of course, you're going to meet billionaire people. And if I tried hard enough, maybe little old me could get a meeting and get some actual answers on the things that. And we're a startup. We're a venture-backed startup. We need to get products to market. We would love to be issuing digital securities legally. I recognized that the securities were illegal offerings years ago because I've been in this business my whole life. I knew that the DAO was an unregistered offering, and that was the reason that I went down this road. I said, oh boy, SEC's not going to like that. That's definitely a violation. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it right. And I'm just one of them. It's not about me. I'm one of a million examples. I'm lucky enough that I'm actually registered and I have some understanding of these things. I was able to avoid a lot of trouble because I knew that a lot of this was trouble. But there's a lot of other people who don't even have that clarity. They just can't understand. You know, my friend Eric Voorhees has said, can you just give us a list of what's a security or not? Just give us a list. Can you just do that? You must have it somewhere. Can your analysts, your people, your lawyers, all these people that we're paying, can't you just get a list? Just tell us. And that's a reasonable thing. I mean, I understand as a securities professional, it's a bit more complex than that. It's based on a definition and facts and circumstances and on and on. But the industry is really, really, really crying for some kind of clarity. And the situation now does not look good. It looks like a banana republic. It looks like a place where you get access to and answers to questions based on favors and who you pay and this kind of thing. And who has, you know, Sam had all these doors. I know, I ran for Senate. Sam had all these doors open for him. He gave 30 million this term, 30 million last term, 11 million to Biden, said he might give $1 billion. He had more doors open for him in your backyard and in your own offices and throughout Washington, D.C. than probably anyone in modern history. And you know, the sad thing is that money that paid for that was stolen from investors. That's stolen from people. Your job's to protect investors. And no one will pay for this because it went through the PACs. At worst, the PACs will get a clawback on a bankruptcy and the PACs will go under. It'll never go back to the politicians. So we have skepticism when you claim the moral authority to regulate us. And we have to think about, is it working? Honestly, Bernie Madoff ran NASDAQ. He was chairman of NASDAQ, which is NASDAQ at the time included NASDR, which, as you know, became FINRA. It didn't work to stop Bernie Madoff. It didn't work to stop SBF. Maybe the market is the best regulator. Maybe, you know, proof of reserves on chain, you know, the kind of things that our industry is doing right now. Our industry has moved forward safety more in the last week than probably ever before. And we've moved it more in the last 10 years, certainly, than regulators. What has kept investors safest over the last 10 years? A bunch of people on Twitter saying, not your keys, not your coins. Not a guy going down there to Washington, D.C., donating to politicians and then pushing forth legislation just 2 weeks ago. Sam and his people were pushing forth legislation in Washington that was taken very, very seriously. And people were saying, well, you know, it just needs more carve-outs and protections for DeFi. You know, this is an absurd situation. And if there's going to be a big upset for our industry, as everybody's talking about, oh, the hammer's coming down now, well, then there needs to be some soul searching in Washington, D.C. as well. And so I would call on anyone involved in this, all the policymakers, all the politicians, Mr. Gary Gensler, and anyone else involved. I'd call on them for some transparency. Take your phone out, make a video just like I just did. No script. You know, tell us what's up. I think we have a right to know that, especially those of us, those of you who are public employees. You know, political figures, we pay for you. So, yeah, there's got to be a shakeup and there's got to be some soul searching, but it's got to start in Washington, D.C. as well.